Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Zian Remnants channel. And today I'm so excited because my birthday present finally came, and my birthday was 3 months ago, and it finally came from Japan, and I'm just like, yeah. So we're gonna do a review of what I got for my birthday. I assume you guys have already seen the title of this. But for those of you that haven't and just click on my videos randomly, which I don't think anyone does that because I'm not that important, but we're going to do a review on this because I have been waiting for this to come out for a long time, and they delayed it 1 month, and then on top of that, Japan, 3 weeks to get to me, and on top of that, it was held like an extra week in New York Customs, so I want to open this. So where's my blade of Xeon? Medium blade of Xeon will work. Man, I've been checking the tracking on this ever since it got to New York last week, and no update, no update, no update. I come home from work today, and it's there. So, I don't know what black sorcery this is, but I don't really care. Come on, freaking custom crap. Immigration junk. I'm so excited. Yes. Yes, and you know it's funny that you come in because I'm actually recording this right now. It's funny that you walk in. Oh, I don't care. Oh, get that!
I love him.
You love Griffith?
Yes.
Something wrong with you?
I don't care if he's bad. He's good and he's bad. He's a bad good guy.
He is not good. He is straight up bad at this point.
Well, at this point, but he wasn't always that way. So.
Well.
So I love the good Griffith.
You love the good Griffith.
I love the good Griffith. Oh wow. That comes with that too?
Yeah, this is the one. This is the Egg of the King one. That's why I wanted this one. It comes out of the, like in the movie when he comes out of the egg.
Nice. I'll let you finish recording.
Thank you. My mother, who bought this for me, and I can't thank her enough. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll focus. So we got a really big box because this is not just a regular Femto figure. This is the, is it called Hawk of Darkness? Birth of the Hawk of Darkness version, where he comes with the Egg of the King, as seen here, for a display, and then here on the back you got the other God Hand, which I am going to be getting eventually. But Griffith was my main one that I had to get. And I do have a regular Griffith Figma figure, so we're going to compare the two also. But let's open this up and try not to damage the box that it came in, because it's a very nice box. My mother never spends money like this on me, but I was like, this is what I want for my birthday. What do you want, something else? Nope. She had no choice. This is a lot of packaging. Okay, how do I take this out properly? Okay. Ugh. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to flip the camera so all eyes will be on the Femto figure and not me, even though I am a sexy beast. Alright guys, so we do have the Femto figure here, and I have to pull out a little bit. That's what she said. A lot of packaging here. We got 4 shells. We got the big Egg of the King back here, and we have Femto and his evil glory. So we're gonna get this out, and we will take a look at him right now. Oh, it's taped. I'm so dumb. I'm like, why is this not coming out? Because they taped it. There's a lot of pieces to his wings / cape, it seems like. So we got the Egg of the King, which looks awesomely creepy and looks very cool. Let's get the Femto out. Alright, let's take a look here at Griffith. Got very good detail in the eyes. I like that. And it looks like... Does this come off? That wouldn't make any sense. It looks like it does, though, for some reason. Detail in the abdomen and the chest, and look at that. Look, come, that's just wrong. Why? He's so big. So is he like a dog now? Does it just kind of come out? Never mind. If you guys haven't watched the anime or read the movie, you're like, what is he talking about? And so his legs are kind of interesting because they're kind of like a bird's legs. They're, if you look at him, kind of cool. And his feet. But we gotta get, well, let's look at articulation first before we get all the wings on there. Nice shading here, like some pre-shading done to make him not look so midnight blue. It looks like he's kind of like a midnight blue color. This must be the connections here for all the wing parts. So let's see, we got some up and down, and I think there's a little bit of movement here, but it looks like most of the movement is at the base of the neck. And hands go up 90 degrees. Elbows, not 180, but about 90. Okay, that's no problem. Got, oh, that's a leg popped out already. This is not a knockoff, I promise. I bought this from Ami Ami. Decent crunch here. And oh, even some movement here in the bottom. So we got 2 points of movement in the abdomen area, and this leg. All right, so we got a about 90-degree kick. Got a pretty decent bend. Got some swivel, but this leg seems to want to come out once in a blue moon. We got articulation in the ankle, and looks like, yep, there's articulation in the footsies. So Griffith's pretty well articulated. Nothing too crazy, but I think that's definitely good enough. So we got the Figma bags. Got instructions are pretty big. Got a action or display stand, or whatever you want to call it. Got some alternate hands. How do we put the wings in? That's what I want to know. Okay, so it looks like there's actually a couple of different pieces with the wings here, which is kind of cool, slash cape, whatever you want to call it. These actually are not the connectors. These are anti-shrinking plugs, as proclaimed in the manual. So we're going to take these out. And the way it looks is that this main piece here even has some cool detail there in the back. Is going to go into the back like that. And then we're going to get the second bit of wings. So much packaging. And these have nice spinal, bony type areas for the actual wings. That's nice. I like that.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, so he is put together. It took me a bit longer to get the wings on than I would have liked. It was a bit fiddly to get the wings on and get them in the right position and everything. But once you have it, looks pretty awesome. And so far, no weight issues. He does have a pointy bit on the bottom of his back wing that kind of, you know, acts as a deterrent from him toppling over anyway. So I think there won't be any real balance issues. And if there is, of course, you have a handy dandy base, which we are going to go ahead and we are going to use right now. Alright, let's go over the wing articulations. The wing connects in 3 spots. You have your shoulders and your back area. And so the wings are on like Figma joints, and they have a decent amount of motion. I find that it kind of interferes with the back piece. The instructions show to put this piece on, then these over. But just the way that they're made kind of, I don't know, conflicts with this piece here. So like, see, if you try and move them back, kind of gets caught. You can kind of do that. So it looks like he's kind of flying forward if you had everything out. Kind of like that. Or if he was coming in for a landing or something. So it's not bad. You know, I'm sure when I mess around with it, I will get more used to posing it. I can't really complain with what we were given. It's not bad. I mean, it's a different type of character design than we've seen in a lot of Figma action figures. So, you know, I can't really fault them for not having the greatest articulation on the cape. But you know what? It's better than a lot of different capes I've seen. And this is not really a cape. These are more also wings. So you got to think of how they would have made this look wingy, if that's even a word, or capey. That's also a word. So I'm going to try and put the action connector here. It has an inch. I've never seen this type of connection here. It's kind of like goes up and then it bends forward. I guess that's to get in under the cape, because His connection is in the small of his back, it looks like. And so we have him on the action base, and now it's going to be a bit difficult bouncing him. I wish they would have given him a little bit of a bigger base. And yeah, these legs are just not really happy with the way the legs are. They just pop out way too easily when you try and pose them, and I don't like that. And that's disappointing a little bit. I was hoping to give this figure like 10 out of 10, greatest of all time figure. And the more I mess with it, the more it's very fiddly. Although I'm not really surprised, I kind of anticipated it was going to be fiddly, but the legs popping out, not a big fan of that happening. So you can get him in some neat poses. This is not a neat pose, I'm just messing with him. It would be a lot, I can guarantee it's going to be a lot of fiddling before you get, one, the balance right on this base, and two, the right pose that you prefer to have on your Femto. So I can sit here all day and get him in the perfect pose, but right now it's not going to happen. I'm going to have to fiddle with him for probably an hour or so to get the perfect pose that I want. But you know what? They did the best that they could with the character design, I think. I wish that the action base was a little bit, you know, not a regular base like this, a little bit bigger to give a better point to articulate him in the air, because as it is right now, you know, he has a pretty small base and he'll end up falling over. So of course I'm sure you can attach this piece into a bigger base. I don't think it would fit on a Gundam action base. That would be a lot better. Now we get to the main, let's get to the main thing here. Why we bought this Egg of the King or Birth of Hawk version is to get the egg that Griffith spawns out of. Oh, I love the smell of fresh plastic in the evening. Ooh. Okay, interesting. The Egg of the King diorama set piece, and this just looks freaking awesome. You got a lot of detail. Look at the eye. Look at all the detail in the eye, and in the teeth and lips. And it looks like this is part of the wing. And now there is another set of wings, and I did not know this. Yes, that is what that is. That is another set of his wings. We have an extra set of wings here that are in a curled position, and they're a bit lighter than the original rings because this is when he first gets born, so the color of his wings haven't come through yet, as seen in the animes and also in the manga. So we have a different set of wings that they're like in a curled position here. And as you can see, there is a nub here and the same piece here. So it looks like it kind of locks into place once you get him in there. So let's do that real quick and let's see how that looks. Alright, so in order to do this, it looks like the instructions say to go ahead and take off the bottom piece of the main cape or wing. It comes out here, and it comes out with a joint. And then it says to kind of get him in a double kneeling position. Okay, let's see. So then it says to put this wing here. Okay. And then this wing. So it's kind of like curling around him. I actually like how that looks. Okay, so then it says you got to take this piece off. This piece is in with 3 pegs and 3 different holes. And it looks like we got to set him in. Alright guys, so I got him in the Egg of the King here, and it didn't fit exactly how it's said to. You know what, I don't know. So, this is how I have him in there right now, and I think this actually looks really nice. Like this I like. This looks cool. Now, of course, like I said, you can mess with this thing for a while and get different kind of poses out of it. What the instructions tell you to do, take this part off, is you see this part here? It's supposed to connect here. Well, this, first of all, is at a really awkward angle. And it looks like, does this come out or move? No, it does not move. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take these 2 parts and kind of put them together. I guess so it stays in there. Which makes him... He doesn't go in exactly how it says that it should. First off, it's not really a secure connection. And secondly, it's at a weird angle. And when he's this way, it's kind of hard for him to get his feet in there. So I have it about as close as I can get it in there. So that this part doesn't work exactly as it states. Oops. But, to be honest, you can't see that little connector piece anyway. So I'm not really too horribly upset about that. I don't think that that piece was even necessary to have in there. What I need to do is get a open stretched hand here and have him like clawing out. The figure comes with a lot of different things. If you get this version. This, of course, is the Birth of the Hawk of Darkness version. I'll show you how he looks here in the sculpted wings that are basically his wings when he first comes out of the egg of the king. So that's cool. Then, of course, you have all these different hands. I mean, he has grasping hands. For what, I don't know, because he can't grasp. He has no weapons that I know of. I haven't seen him with any weapons. I could be wrong. You have the other wings. You have the action base. You have the egg of the king. And you do have a really good-looking representation of the most hated villain in all of manga. I don't care what you guys say. When you kill your entire band that loved you and looked up to you, and you rape a girl that loved you and was in love with your quote-unquote best friend, there's more to the story than that. But when you do that, for me, he's definitely the most hated villain in all of manga. Even though I love Griffith's character and I think he's a very interesting character, that's some messed up shit. Can't be doing stuff like that. And that was just a hard scene to watch for a lot of people, or read. But before we end this review, I'm going to give this figure a final verdict. I think it's going to be an 8 out of 10. I think it's an A-double figure. It gets 2 points knocked off. 1 for the legs coming out, and I think 2 for the wings / weird configuration that they have to actually install the figure into his Egg of the King. Other than that, I have no problem with the figure. I think it looks great. It's a very good representation of Femto. This is the first articulated Femto figure we've ever gotten, if I'm not mistaken. And I do really enjoy it, and I'm sure once I fiddle with it and get it in the perfect pose, I'm really going to just fall in love with this figure. And but let's get size comparisons real quick. Alright guys, in quick size comparison, you see that Femto is actually significantly taller than Griffith. Of course, Griffith in his human form and Femto in the demon form that he is in. Both are standing about straight up on their bases, and Femto is a bit taller. Guts, he's probably a tiny bit shorter than Femto. I have him in a leaping type pose, but I don't think he's that much shorter than Femto. So overall, I think it's a pretty good size comparison. You would figure when you become a demon god, you would gain a little bit of height, and so therefore, Femto is a bit taller than Griffith. Alright guys, so after a bit of fiddling with it, I think I finally got it in a pose that I'm happy with. I added a little bit of cheap, old school effects where, you shred up a bunch of cotton balls, make it look like there's some smoke coming out of the Egg of the King there. And I think I like this. He's kind of coming out of the Egg of the King, some steam and everything. And I think I really like this. This is what he's going to be in for now. And I think it looks really good. This is a really amazing figure. And I know that there are certain parts that kind of disappointed me. And that's partly because I had my hopes up really high for this figure. And if you noticed during the video, I was scratching at something. I have some kind of paint defect on the back of the wing, which sucks, being that this is a expensive figure. And to be honest, I might write to Amiyami or something and see if, I don't know. But they probably won't do anything, but whatever. The legs falling off a side, I don't know if that's just an issue with my figure. I've watched some other reviews. I think that might just be a QC thing with mine, apparently. Of course, I get the one with the leg issues. But it's a really beautiful figure. and it's very fiddly to pose with all the moving parts, and I feel like the pegs on the wings are just a bit too short. They should be a little bit longer, because everything feels like it's very tight together, and it's very easy to pop off. But once you get them in a pose you like, and there's a lot of poses you can definitely pull off with this figure, it comes out looking really nice if you have some imagination. And I did figure out that you are able to take out that wing section that's inside the piece. Remember I said I wasn't sure if it was removable? It is. It just has a little peg in there, so you're able to remove that. But guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a slideshow of the pictures I put up, and that'll be the end of the review. This figure got an 8 out of 10. Thank you, Mom, for the birthday present, and here we go with the slideshow.